Welcome to Galveston Unscripted. The port that built Texas. The Port of Galveston was established in 1825 by an act of Mexican Congress, when Texas was still a part of Mexico. Galveston Bay and the north side of Galveston Island, however, have been utilized as a safe natural harbor for sailors long before 1825. Before the east end of Galveston Island was expanded to its current location in the late 1800s, the island had a deep natural inlet. This natural harbor had been used by French and Spanish explorers, and even pirates, hiding out from authorities. In the early 1800s, a pirate named Jean Lafite used this natural harbor as the headquarters for an illicit smuggling operation after he was kicked out of New Orleans. In 1820, he was forced out of Galveston by the United States Navy. The Port of Galveston was officially established in 1825. During the Texas Revolution, the Port of Galveston was home to the Texas Navy. After the Texas Revolution and into the 1850s, Galveston steadily became the center of trade in Texas, and throughout the 1800s was imperative for the United States' expansion westward. A United States Customs House was first completed in 1861. Although the Port of Galveston has seen almost any type of cargo that you can fit on a ship, the three principal shipments that built the Port of Galveston throughout the 1800s were cotton, immigrants, and slaves. 50 years before Ellis Island opened, Galveston was a major immigration port. Immigrants from all over the world came to the United States through Galveston. Many Texans, especially Galvestonians, can trace their ancestors' immigration records back through the Port of Galveston. Slavery in Texas did not completely cease until June 19, 1865, also known as Juneteenth. Galveston was one of the largest slave trading ports west of New Orleans. At the end of the Civil War, over 250,000 enslaved people were in Texas. Although Galveston was a slave trading port, records indicate that fewer than 1% of enslaved people lived in Galveston County. Many types of cargoes were shipped in and out of Galveston. However, cotton was king. As the demand for cotton around the world grew exponentially in the mid-1800s, Texas had the land to grow it and the perfect location to export to cotton-craving nations. Galveston became one of the largest exporters of cotton in the nation, which called the attention of businessmen, families, and anyone who was willing to work to a bustling city at the Port of Galveston. Galveston was the most populous city in Texas until around 1885, when surpassed by Dallas and San Antonio, and easily the most wealthy per capita until 1900 and the devastating 1900 storm, all because of the prosperity of the port. After the storm of 1900, the Houston ship channel expanded quickly, and Galveston was no longer the shipping powerhouse it once was. The port survived through the 1900s with a fraction of the business it once had, as most of the shipping lines and commercial business traveled to Houston. In recent years, the Port of Galveston is a busy cruise port. The Port of Galveston is also busy with oil and gas vessels, roll-on, roll-off vessels, offshore service vessels, oil rigs, Coast Guard vessels, and the Port of Galveston is pretty much equipped to handle almost any type of vessel or cargo. The Port of Galveston, the port that built Texas. For historic resources or more information, check out the episode description.